I was doing a Facebook Live at an abandoned building. The abandoned building on this property, there was a human being sleeping on the back porch in 90-degree weather. The house has already been in receivership. The house is in receivership. The city council and the mayor knows about it. Nothing is being done. So we must know that this is a serious operation and that we all must fight hard for this bill to be passed. The only way it's going to be passed is if people volunteer their time and their efforts to get signatures. It's okay to clap, it's okay to applause, but it's even better to do the work that you're so happy about. So we have another speaker coming, but I want to just say before we go,
what do we want?
What do we want?
Rent control!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Rent control!
When do we
Now!
What do we want?
Rent control!
When do we want it?
Now!
Okay, thank you. I just needed to say that for my ED. It's going to jump on me quickly. So,
Pamela. Pamela.
Emma, okay, come. I forgot your name. Pamela.
Hi, everybody. Good to be here today. I'm Pamela Schwartz. I'm from the Western Massachusetts Network to End Homelessness. We are hundreds of people and organizations across the 4 western counties working to prevent and end homelessness across Western Massachusetts. And the only way we're going to do that, the only way we're going to end homelessness is how? Rent control! That's it. We know it is our #1 priority because we cannot house people unless there are places to live that are affordable. Right now in Western Massachusetts, there's a gap of over 23,000 affordable housing units. That's the least of that gap. Right now in Western Massachusetts, most recently there were counted over 400 people living unsheltered. Well, you heard it here previously, unsheltered on the streets of Western Massachusetts. We know the only way we can solve this problem is by making corporate landlords accountable and bringing down the rents. And that is what we are committed to in the network. We're so thrilled to partner with Homes for All Massachusetts and Springfield No One Leaves. We want to hit the streets with you, get across to that convention and start collecting signatures this morning. We know that we cannot solve this problem without rent control. We know we have a responsibility to our most vulnerable residents who are struggling to make ends meet. We see homelessness rising every single day. And the only way we're going to stop that is by controlling the rents. So let's get out there and go. Thank you.
Thank you, Pamela. Well, I have the pleasure of introducing our next speaker. Her and I grew up together here in the city of Springfield. She's one of my dear friends. I would like to introduce to you a powerful woman, Miss Judy.
Yes. I will send you what I have.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So I stand before you today because I am a victim of the rent control. My name is Judy Holmes. I was born in South Carolina and moved here when I was 3 years old. Raised in Springfield all my life. In my early adulthood, I left for a few years but chose to come back to my city where my community is. I am active in my community. I'm a facilitator for an amazing group called Voices from Inside, where I get to bear witness to women becoming empowered through writing. I am also an active member of Springfield No One Leaves. Thank God for them. I am also, as you can see, with 1199 SCIU, I am a delegate for 2025.
Yeah.
My friends are here in Springfield. Any given weekend, you can see us at some community event, standing out, talking out. This is my home, and I'm worried I'll have to leave. I had fallen behind on rent because of a job loss. After months of paying extra, I paid the last amount of my rent, only to come home to a letter a couple of months later from my landlord that my rent was increasing $400.
That ain't right. No.
I'm trying to negotiate with my landlord, Win Realty, corporate landlords, about a reasonable increase, but who can afford a jump up to $400? I don't know many people in Springfield that could cover that. A $400 rent increase is far higher than the rate of inflation. It's far higher than the increase in pay. And that ain't right, y'all.
That ain't right. That ain't right.
What happens if my landlord doesn't want to negotiate? I get evicted. What happens if I fall behind on rent again? I get evicted. Something has to change.
Yes.
We can do something about it with rent control. This ballot initiative will keep people in their homes. I'm hyped to be out in the streets collecting signatures, and I hope y'all are too. If you haven't signed up to volunteer, please see any of my comrades in the red or yellow t-shirts. Thank you. Let's go!
Yeah!
So next we have a powerful woman in our community, Miss Nicole Coakley.
Good morning, Springfield. How are you? I don't know about you, but you need to give yourself a round of applause because you showed up when others did not. You showed up for a cause that affects not only you, but can affect your family members later on in life. So it may not be us right now, but tomorrow it may be somebody else somebody that we really care about that is about to get evicted out of their apartment because they can't afford to pay their rent. As a mother of 5, I understand that struggle. When I started off at a $950 rent, and my rent has risen up to $1,500, and not one single thing has changed in my apartment, something is wrong. We all got to make sure that we stand up and fight for each other. We don't have time to figure out when we are not making any more money than we made 2 years ago. We're making the same amount, but we got to figure out how are we going to pay the rise and the rent that is happening here in the city and over the U.S. We have to figure out how we can stick together and help one another. We don't want to continue supporting rent that is continuing to rise and get families kicked out. When families have to figure out, am I going to pay my groceries on my table? Am I going to pay my rent? Am I going to make sure my Medicare is taken care of? That's a problem. We got to make sure that we stand up and we fight. So it is important that we make sure we sign and get our signatures on these forms that are going around. We get out and we volunteer and be a part of rent control because we are being affected. We have to make sure that we are supporting one another. I don't know about y'all, but I can't afford to keep paying a rise in my rent. I can't afford it because sometimes my children will have to go without, and I can't do that. I don't ever want my kids, and I don't want your kids or your family members to be worried about anything when it comes to rent. So if we, the people, stand up and fight for each other, we will be a better Springfield. We all have to fight for each other. It don't matter your zip code. It don't matter your cultural background. We all are affected. So when we become united as a community, we're going to make things happen. So make sure you stand up. Make sure you sign your signatures on this form. But let's get this on the ballot.
Yes.
Thank you, Nicole. Thank you. Once more, I just want to state, for grounding purposes, the reason why I am here. I have been a lifelong member of Springfield. My family is here. My loved ones are here. I have been homeless. I have suffered from mental health. I suffered from the disease of addiction. Spent most of my life in prison, but I'm back. Now I am a father. I'm a homeowner. I'm a disabled 100% veteran, and I'm out here. I'm a homeowner. I know that there's been this thing about empathy being a made-up word, right? But empathy is to stand in the place of someone else so that you can know what they're going through. I could be at home, I could be with my daughter, and I could pretend that life is okay because I finally have a sense of security, a home, and food in my stomach. But that's not it for all of the residents in our city. A lot of people are suffering from addiction, mental health, and homelessness. So when people are not paying their rent, it goes far beyond people just being derelicts and don't want to pay their rent. When people are struggling to pay their rent, there's other issues. And when your rent is hiked, it even exacerbates it more. So I'm here as a homeowner, married to a doctor. I finally have found peace in my life. I don't have to do anything, but it's important for me to be out here to give back because I could be homeless again. It does not matter. They take homes also. So let's support this, not just with our talk, but with our actions. Senator Gomez made it clear. We need thousands and thousands of votes. Katie, myself, Rose, Judy, and Springfield No One Leaves, we cannot do this on our own. We will burn out. We need your help immediately. So thank you for coming. I would like to introduce our next speaker, Rose. Rose. Oh.
Sorry, Mr. Stokes, I'm short. As Mr. Stokes stated, my name is Rose Webster Smith. I am the Executive Director of Springfield No One Leaves. We have been fighting for rent control for 7 years. This is our 7th year. We've been asking our legislators to do something, to protect our communities, to keep our communities from being displaced into other communities. Residents deserve to stay in the communities that they helped to build. And I'm going to remind people of our history in this country. Real change always comes from the people. It never comes from the government. It comes from the people. So if we go back to racial covenants on deeds, that was our World War II veterans coming back and fighting, our black and brown veterans fighting to remove those. And it ultimately went to the Supreme Court and was deemed illegal. Those racial covenants still sit on those deeds today. And we need to be worried about that in this political climate, because in the world of copy and paste, we could have easily removed those racial covenants. Again, after World War II, and we're going through the thousands of foreclosures that were happening a day, it was the unions and the communists and the socialists and the people that were blockading, doing eviction blockades. While the cops were moving the furniture out of the front door, they're taking the furniture through the back door and up and back into the apartment. Real change comes from us, and it's going to take us getting 80,000 signatures to get this on the ballot. Mass Landlords is actively putting out messaging right now, trying to figure out if this is volunteer-based or if we are paying people for signatures.
That's because they're scared.
Because they're scared, right? They're trying to figure out how much money it is going to take for them to oppose us. Now is the time for everybody to be out collecting signatures, door knocking, and understanding no more than 20% of those 80,000 signatures can come from any one county. It's going to take all of us here in Western Mass, all of us in Central Mass, all of us in Eastern Mass and Southeastern Mass coming together and fighting for the people. Nobody deserves to be evicted. Nobody deserves to be displaced from their community. And we sure as hell don't need BlackRock buying any more properties in the city of Springfield or in this state. So I will leave you there and hand it back to Mr. Stokes, your lovely MC. But what do we want?
Rent control!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Rent control!
When do we want it?
Now!
The people united
Will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated.
El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. Sorry, I can only chant Spanish. Jamás será vencido. My Spanish.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. In closing, I would like to say we see you, Representative Gomez, another champion of housing here in Western Mass. We see you, we thank you for your work, and we'll continue to support you. We want to thank all of our speakers. We want to thank all of you for coming down here today, your Saturday morning, to come out and fight for and rally behind rent control. Now folks are headed over here to UMass Cultural Center to get these signatures.
Mass Mutual.
Mass Mutual Cultural Center. Okay, so I'm going to leave us with this. When we fight,
We win.
when we fight,
We win.
when we fight,
We win.
are you ready to fight?
Yes.
Are you